everyone, and welcome to World of Darkness News. This time on the Month of Darkness day of Thursday, October 13th, and we are actually sharing today's beat here on the news show. So if you are watching us on YouTube, you are going to have a sum up of the beat from the last day. If you're watching us on Twitch, you're going to have today's beat live. And this beat is something that a lot of you were waiting. We got a lot of questions about this particular partner and what they are cooking, because when we've announced this project, we had a lot of people very excited about what this partner in particular is doing, and updates are coming, and updates in plural, because this is not going to be the only beat from them this month. Let's go! So we are starting with Demiplane and the new announcements about World of Darkness Nexus. Today, Thursday, October the 13th, Second Edition and Sabbat are out officially on the Vampire Nexus, which is still available in early access on the World of Darkness Nexus. If you're wondering what Nexus is, the easiest comparison is going to be D&D Beyond, but for World of Darkness. It's a set of digital tools and digital readers that allow you to basically purchase the products on digital platform that allows you to read them on mobile, tablet, on your PC, and very easily look through the books, search for things that you look for, and there's a lot of additional tools which basically improve your game and make it easier to browse. One of the things that are still coming to the platform is the character creator, which will be, of course, fully digitalized and allow you to very easily create your own characters and save them in the database. There's also the voice chat, where you can actually find your own Vampire the Masquerade games and find people who are playing right now and get into the games. And also, if you are a professional storyteller, if you are earning money as a storyteller, you can set up paid games and earn through the platform. So there's a lot of things that what Nexus has. We've been covering it previously on the What News show. We had an interview with the Demiplane folks, and the next week they're going to join us again on the Thursday to talk more about what's coming. And as much as today, Sabbat and Second Edition are now in the store, the additional news which we want to share is that Hunter Nexus is coming in November. On November 29th, Hunter Nexus enters early access. So you will be able to get it and check it out and see all the tools that you may remember already from Vampire Nexus that are going to be introduced this time to Hunter. So Hunter is going to be also available through World of Darkness Nexus in the digital tools. As for now, Second Edition and Sabbat are now added to provide you with a lot of very threatening and scary antagonists to your game. As you probably have heard about us before talking about these two books, when you have Second Edition and Sabbat combined together, it's a bit of an array of very, very scary monsters you can throw at your players and bring them in trouble, especially as one kind of fuels the other. So yeah, let us know what you think about Nexus so far, especially as it's in early access. It's going through constant reiterations and constant improvements. There are tools being added. So if there's something that you want to see more in the Nexus, let us know and let Demiplane know, and we're going to show you more about what's to come with Nexus still this month. Let's check out what other news we had for you this week. Hunter the Reckoning is getting a lot of content this month, of course, so we are trying to expand the Month of Darkness to other splats with this month going into Hunter and Werewolf as well. So Hunter the Reckoning got its own quiz this month, specifically because Vampire the Masquerade quiz, the clan quiz we've shared last year, I believe, or very early this year, has gathered an immense amount of responses, an immense amount of shares. People are solving it left and right, so we thought that maybe the same sort of a help aid for Hunter the Reckoning is going to be useful. This quiz combines two things in one. It allows you to find out your drive, but also your creed. So you will learn whether you or the character that you're trying to roleplay as when you're solving the quiz is entrepreneurial, is underground, martial, faithful, and what is their drive? Is it atonement, envy, curiosity? Now, note for those of you who solved this quiz right after we premiered it, right after we shared it on social media, we had some La Sombra interference, and for some reason, after, let's say, first 20 to 30 minutes of the quiz existence, people were getting very curious. The curiosity drive was dominating across all of the responses. We fixed that bug right now. now. So if you solve it at the very beginning and got curiosity as you drive, then maybe you can solve it again and see if it is still a thing. We did a little fix on that. So yeah, Hunter the Reckoning quiz is available right now on worldofdarkness.typeform.com/hunter, and you can check it out together with the vampire quiz on our website. If you go to worldofdarkness.com, on one of the main carousel posts, there is the vampire quiz, which tells you which clan you are. And it told me I'm Bruja, which I guess it's true, actually. When it comes to Hunter the Reckoning, I am inquisitive, curious hunter, which I guess is also true. I would probably die first on the hunt because I would be a person going after the monster to the shadows to figure out what they're doing in there. So yeah, I recommend to check out this quiz. We've been working hard on it to make sure that it's fun to take. And when you are ready for more Hunter content, do remember that we have premiered Hunter Garage Session 0 on YouTube. You can check it out right now on our YouTube channel for free. It is the very much preparatory session of the character creation of Hunter the Reckoning Chronicle in the 5th edition. So you can learn everything from how to make your character, what are creeds, what is drive, how to use the edges during this one session. And we've done it partially in character, with role-playing, with some special effects on the screen, so I hope that it's going to be fun for you to watch. It's available on YouTube right now. Do let us know what you think about it in Hunter Garage section on Discord. World of Darkness Discord, yes. And for the next news, we have also premiered the LARP mini documentary from the night in question. Now, this is something that I've been working a lot on because I've never done anything like this, but I was thankfully invited by Jackalope to attend the LARP this year. I'm also going to attend Saturnalia later this year. These were the two officially licensed LARPs happening this year for World of Darkness, and the night in question is already known as it happens every single year, and it also has a really interesting premise, which is different from any other LARPs I've heard about when it comes to vampire. It's not your typical political camarilla LARP where you're trying to, find your way in the vampire hierarchy in society. No, mostly you join as just a regular mortal, and you think you are on a regular party until the Sabbat attacks. And when the Sabbat attacks, there's gore, there's horror, there's blood everywhere, screams, people running away. You are literally scared in character as you are forcefully embracing the mass embrace into the Sabbat and going through this big transformation. It's a super interesting experience, and this documentary shows not only the experience behind the scenes and in roleplay, how it looked like during the LARP and behind the scenes, but also what exactly is how can you make a gore splatterpunk LARP like this and make people feel super safe during it? Because I had a lot of concerns about whether I'm going to like this experience, is it going to be something for me? And it was actually extremely fun, extremely wholesome, and people behind the scenes were just great. And the other role players were super, super nice. So if you want to see for yourself if this is an event for you, I recommend checking it out. I think this is a fun video to watch. This also comes with the custom subtitles, as I know my accent is sometimes hard to understand, especially when I'm in the field, I'm running around and talking with other people. And because of that, the subtitles, I recommend to check them in immediately so you can get the full experience very easily. All right, let's go forward. And for those of you TTRPG players who are looking for more free content for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, we have worked with Choice of Games authors to share free lore sheets for you this week. And all of the Choice of Games Vampire the Masquerade interactive novels, all of their authors wrote a lore sheet for you based on their games. So we have Sheriff Quee, we have the Parthenon Troop, we have Road Courier and Amanda Chastain. Sheriff Quee, of course, Parliament of Knives, Parthenon Troop from Sins of Desires, Road Courier, Night Road, obviously, and Amanda Chastain from Out for Blood. These are completely different lore sheets depending on how you want to play at your table. You can take them as the backgrounds for your character, and we've done some interesting things with them mechanically, working with the authors in order to make the mechanics fun, and some of them are very fresh, some of them are things which we haven't done in the other lore sheets before. I've seen a lot of interest among people role-playing on Discord in the Parthenon Troop one. I believe it's the level 3 in there. there, which basically allows you to cause your coterie to automatically fail every substantial roll that they try to do while sneaking or keeping composed, staying low. And if you fail that roll for them, you get bonus to charisma in your next roll. So basically, for all of those characters who want to be a center of attention and they don't want to stay low, you can make your team fail and get additional dice in the next charisma roll. For example, trying to persuade the guards to let you into some place as your coterie mates were going around and trying to sneak. So we've done some fun stuff in here. I hope you like them. Let me know which of the dots in here you've took for your character, or maybe there's something that you are planning to take in the future. I think that these are really fun, and do reach out to authors if you enjoy these ones, because they wrote them for you, and they took a lot of time and effort in order to make them fun and balanced and mechanically working with the V5. So yeah, check them out. They're downloadable for free on worldofdarkness.com/account, where you can download a lot of things for free, actually. The first issue of Winter's Thief, Vampire the Masquerade Companion, the previews of the books. There's plenty of things. There's another Loresheet which was made by Hadi last year, Temple of Boom, from LA by Night, the Victor Temple Loresheets. So there's plenty of things there you can just grab and enjoy. And speaking of freebies, as usual, it seems every week, Renegade is joining us for Month of Darkness to share some freebies from their side. And all the Month of Darkness beats from Renegade are summed up in blog posts on their website, so you can check them out. They contain always an actual play, a freebie, and some additional announcements. So this week, there was a conclusion of Hunter the Reckoning 2-shot they've made, which basically shows a whole chronicle of Hunter the Reckoning in 2 sessions only, which I think is a very interesting concept, so you can check it out there. And they've also shared a free Vampire the Masquerade one-pager that is a character development aid, and it's made in the form of questions which you can ask your character in order to flesh out your development of the character itself. This may sound simple, but I was actually checking this PDF and it gave me a lot of ideas of how I can make my characters more interesting and deeper, especially one question in there which is about city in blackout. I think it's something that I've never thought about before when it comes to my characters, of how would they act and would they use a situation which is dangerous to mortals on this massive scale? Would they be afraid themselves? How would they react? And when I was trying to answer these questions in my characters' minds, I found out that I found a lot of more differences in between them than I thought initially. So it's an interesting aid. There's the same aid for Hunter the Reckoning, which they've shared last week. So the questions for your Hunter the Reckoning characters. And this week, they're also announced something fun if you are anywhere near Burbank, California. There is going to be a live event in the Geeky Teas place, which is going to be a Vampire the Masquerade Rivals tournament. And not only there's going to be Renegade folks in there with the prizes for those of you who want to participate in the tournament itself, but also vampire fashion is encouraged, and there's going to be prizes for the fashion as well. I'm waiting for pictures from that event. It's happening this Saturday. So if you're watching us on YouTube, it's tomorrow. If you're watching us on Twitch, in 2 days. If you're anywhere nearby, I recommend checking it out for hanging out with some vampire geeks, because that's always fun. And yeah, we're going to have more news coming next week on the news show. There's going to be Demiplane guests here with us to share more about the future of the platform and what they are working on right now, state of the early access, when they plan to do next, and what they plan to do with Hunter Nexus, because that's something that interests me a lot with the Hunter the Reckoning campaign I am rolling. So yeah, more stuff to come as usual every single day. You can expect more stuff this weekend as well. So I will be joining now with Hadi, who is waiting for me to show you what the community is about this week. And I think there's going to be a very meaty sheet of things that she had prepared. Let's see. Hello, Hadi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Have you seen the oh wait, why do you have my Twitter in here? There we go.
What?
I was like, it's okay, I'm fine. It's perfect. I got the whole board in front of me, and I was going to ask you, have you seen this first video that we have on the very top in here? Because
Oh,
I had
yes.
so
You
much fun
sent
with
it to me yesterday.
Yes. So I can give you a little insight on this one. So this is basically Board Game Bakes, or wait, what's the name of the channel?
Board Game Bakes.
It's Board Game Based. Okay, that's perfect. So we've been just checking out stuff that is happening around Month of Darkness, and of course, we've been seeing people doing Vamptober, Handtober, and other stuff to just like celebrate this month, but we've never seen anyone cooking for
No,
this
this is the first.
So I'm going to show you just a fragment of this video.
Actually, this I already did it for you. This is me. I have edited it for you.
Oh, perfect. You're amazing. Okay, so I'm going just to play it from the scratch then.
Hi everyone, my name's Danielle, and welcome to another episode of Board Game Bakes. We're going to enter the Halloween season with some more spooky bakes. We're going to start off with Rivals, which is from Vampire the Masquerade, which is a popular role-playing game that's part of the World of Darkness universe.
Your vampire snacks are complete. Perfect for a game night or a Halloween party. Mwahaha.
Mwahaha. This is super fun. Also, I'm pausing right now because you may not be aware that the roses are also edible. So,
Yes, chocolate.
Yeah, so the video shows both how to make those bloody lollipops, but also how to make the roses. Super cute. Thank you so much, honey.
Not lollipops, cake pops.
Oh,
Get
I'm
into
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry. I don't know baking. I'm not the baker in the house, okay? I just cook. I don't bake. Cooking
Well, that's
is
also very
easier.
important.
Cooking is so much easier because you can just like throw anything, really, and it's kind of like sticks. But baking, like you have to be really careful about proportions. So yeah,
I'm the
not for me.
opposite.
Really?
I'd rather bake than cook, yeah.
Wow. So you like the exact recipes and just like make sure like the measurements and stuff.
Yep.
Damn. I mean, we would be great, cooking together. I can cook the dinner. You can bake the
That's fine.
desserts. All right, and we have Vamptober starting from the day 6.
Yeah. So don't be intimidated by the board. I know it looks very big, but we'll go through it together.
It's okay. I am very happy about the general activity, and everything that people are doing in here. So let's go.
Okay, so first from the Discord, Bramora or Broken Butterfly. Been busy and will be, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to try and go for hint fiction today, i.e. extremely short, which we also enjoy.
Yeah.
So 6, The Monster in Me. Join me, cling to humanity and fall. The beast cannot be bested in battle. Through power and the inner voice, I rule the monster within.
Nice.
I love the prompts. I love little like snippets of a story. That's exactly how I would do Vamptober if I had the time.
No, honestly, and some people are doing prompts just by writing it short enough so it fits the tweet, for example, and that's a great idea. I think like constraints support creativity in a lot of ways, but maybe it's just my brain that I like to have constraints in order not to go too far and not to do too much, because that's in that way you never finish anything.
Same,
So,
yeah, same.
yeah. And I do see our friend here,
Yes,
Irene
Nick.
VTM. Nick, okay, let's check it out.
We've learned a better way. I'm a creature of habit.
That's a nice one. I really like how people are going all in with the prompts on TikTok.
They are, yeah. And honestly, Nick does a lot of stuff with that fake blood. Like a lot of them do, but he does a lot. I couldn't. I imagine it's sticky. No.
It depends, actually. Like I've learned on the night in question about this, actually, because of course I did, that there's a lot of like tech behind the blood, like fake blood right now. And like some people are making it more sticky, less sticky. So it all depends on your needs. But there are little, like in the States especially, there are companies which specialize only in making fake blood to your needs. And just
I want to be part of that company.
Right? It's a cool place to work in, I think. Just like concocting those huge cauldrons of perfect fake blood.
How many Tremere do you think work there?
Yeah. And few bots. All right. And now we have especially queer. I finally can read your nickname properly. Yes.
The Monster and Me. Again, all of their prompts have been about their OC Marzia.
Mhm.
So, and this one is just as good as all the other ones that have come before it. Marcia couldn't remember when she last frenzied. She'll definitely remember this one, or will she? And it's beautiful. I mean, we've talked about this a million times. I find Toreador or vampires with presence and dominate the scariest vampires in
Yeah.
Vampire the Masquerade, and watching them frenzy, really scary.
It's always great to see the contrast in between the pretty face and the frenzy. It's just, it's a really cool thing to tap into. All right, and we are going on to Hunttober Day 6, Hunter's Inventory.
Yep. And so
Mhm.
Rodrigo Ragabash, of course, is releasing every single day, releasing snippets for both Vamtober and Hunttober, these short little short fiction. And it's always amazing. I'm always so impressed.
Mhm.
And for Hunter, they're always an investigation record. So this one is Hunter's Inventory. The advice I always give to those who come to me for guidance on the hunt is always check your resources, your equipment, and your transportation. Preferably take an inventory and check it daily. That way you avoid the unforeseen. I'm sure you won't like to know at the most critical moment that the gas has run out because you forgot to fill it up.
That's super smart, honestly. Yes. And I keep on, like, I'm not sure if you noticed, but when we play Hunter, I keep on paying attention to like the small stuff which you'd never really pay attention to with Vampire, like how the food smells, and if you're hungry, and
Yeah.
how is your bed and your room? Do you clean your room? Like when you're a vampire, you don't worry about things like this. When you're a hunter, you worry about so many more things than just
Yeah.
the hunt. So yeah.
Well, you're so much more vulnerable than a vampire.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just a constant worry. Like, you can say that being a vampire is miserable, but honestly, they do worry less about a lot of things. So,
They have different things to worry about.
yeah, they have different things to worry about. And now on to Cyberpunk Monk.
Yep. Whose birthday it is today, by the way.
Oh,
Wish
happy
them a
birthday! Yay!
But yes, this is their hunter character for Hopeless, which is run over on Vancouver by Night's channel.
Mhm.
And I don't think there was an actual thing. I can't even use words because I had a migraine today. A description for it,
Yeah.
but obviously they like to use bats, and I'm guessing that's some sort of hatchet of some kind. I'm not really sure what that is.
It's super interesting. I have no idea what it does, but I'm sure it hurts.
Yeah. But this is his faithful hunter.
This is super cool. I like people doing this, like, cosplays for in character for their chronicles for Vamptober and Hunttober. It's super fun. All right, and you are what you eat. Oh, look at this one from Unliving Hive on Tumblr.
Yes. So this is very simple. It just says you are what you eat. I don't know exactly what it is about this that immediately caught my attention out of the just overwhelming amount of Vamptober stuff, but I had to put it up here because it's so good, but I don't know why.
I can tell you. I mean,
Okay.
if I can guess, but you rarely see tongue, like when people write like draw mouth, and when they draw like tongues, etc., they very often draw them suggestively, like a little bit sexually, just a little bit of a peek of a tongue in here, just a little bit of a peek of a fangs, or like a smile, a beautiful lipstick on the lips and stuff like that. Rarely you see this visceral picture of someone just freaking going all into it, the anatomical accuracy of the tongue.
Oh, okay.
And like the anatomical accuracy of the teeth, although they are just drawn in this very quick like brush strokes. And I do feel like this speaks monster way more than just like fangs would, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't stop looking at it for a really long time, and I was like, oh, I gotta throw that on the board.
Yeah, no, it's like someone is saying here that it's messy, and I agree, it's messy, and in a very like bestial way. It's like, holy crap, I just had a very big sip from someone, and I'm enjoying it.
I guess that's what it is.
Yeah.
Or from a vampire.
Also, I like how, because when you look at the back of your tongue, it is a little bit grayish sometimes, but not to this amount.
I don't know if I've ever done that now that you've said it out loud.
Now everyone's going to go to the mirror after this one.
I have a mirror right here, and I'm like, should I look at the back of my tongue?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. And this, it really has this thing in there. It's interesting. Our mouths are interesting. Anatomy is interesting. And now, next to this messy, dirty, visceral piece, we have something much cleaner.
Yeah, it depends. Except by context, probably not. Ben is extra cursed and can only, this is by Cusper Nova, but
Mhm.
Ben is extra cursed and can only consume blood through the flesh of his victim. So obviously with the organivore predator type.
Yeah.
And ugh.
I
That's what I've
mean,
never used. I've never used that one.
tasty. Yeah, tasty little meat. Now, honestly, it's great. And I like how it's cleaner than the other one because it gives it this contrast in between. Hey, I kind of look like I'm just munching some fried chicken.
You can sort of imagine that that he hasn't had it on a plate.
Yeah,
It's
and
just
it's
picked up off
like,
the plate.
yes, he's picking up of the plate. It could be, a watermelon. It could be, it could be just some chicken, right?
It's a piece of mango that's just very, very juicy.
Yeah, and the way that he's looking at, it's kind of like he's looking at the camera of whoever is like shooting this, and he's like, yeah, what? I'm eating. I'm not afraid of this. This is
Ugh.
super cool. Yummy. All right, goddamn bloodsuckers, day 7.
I really thought you would enjoy this. This is by Awkward Cassidy. Scrap's interest in vamps is pure curiosity. So many possibilities.
Why? Are they purely for puncturing, or they act as straws, the facts? Can they
Yeah.
even recreate them using biology and technology, or are they purely supernatural? What do their abilities stem from? How do they work? Why do they all have different ones? Do they pick? Can they manually control their organs? Can they replicate that to slow down organ failure? How do they survive without breathing? How do some of them simulate breath heartbeats? How do they survive with no heartbeat? How does their blood flow? Can they replicate it to assist blood flow or slow down heart failure, circulation conditions? Oh, so is that person like a doctor? I think so.
It seems to be a hunter that's a doctor that obviously has might even have the entrepreneurial drive, is trying to figure out how they work so that they can use it to help people.
This is so interesting. And I mean, with all of this in mind, it seems like they have captured a vampire and they are doing tests on them because
Yes.
they have too much information. No hunter has this much information.
Well, they might if they were able to stake one, bring them somewhere and just work on them for who knows how long.
This is a good premise for the Chronicle.
Yeah,
There
it
is.
is.
Oh no, I have an idea now. Oh, I have to do
No,
it one day.
no,
No. Like
no.
imagine a Chronicle where you start with the cell and one of the cellmates have a captured vampire in their basement, and the vampire is played by one of the players, and the vampire is trying actually makes a connection to one of the other hunters and tries to convince them that, hey, please let me free, I really deserve to live. That'd be so fun.
We'll save that for the next Hunter the Reckoning game that you run.
Yes, no, this is like I like the plotting with the monster sort of a thing. It's an interesting premise. No spoilers though. Okay, Vamptober Day 8 Memoriam.
I wasn't saying anything. You were talking, not me. Vampire Day 8 Memoriam. So I noticed everyone. Okay, so I did want to say about this. I noticed everyone interpreted Memoriam sort of in a different way. When I think of Memoriam, I think of, because it's me, I think of the core book and how it talks about, being able to like see a vampire's past, or and you can play it out at the table as the players playing the characters of this vampire's past.
Yeah.
But a lot of people took it in a different direction, which I like. So first we have Alejandre from the Discord, and they wrote something here. It says he'd been to his childhood bedroom window the night of the funeral. It was just like he'd left it, and his brother had been weeping, sitting on what had been his bed, wrapped in their mother's arms. The lights were on, the window was open. He could walk in, he could hug them, he could explain. Another time maybe, if he could find the words. He'd been reported dead in a car crash 6 months ago. The window was closed, all the lights were off, everything had been covered in white sheets except for his bed where his mother was sleeping. He didn't get a second chance. Twisted, cursed Peter Pan that he'd become. I really like that the ending.
Yeah, that's really like it makes you imagine that moment very well. And like I remember the cartoon, the Peter Pan coming to the window, and I'm just saying this now and I'm sad. This is really nice. And yeah, I feel like a lot of people interpret Memoriam as going back to their character's past, right? And trying to make either amends of it or feeling bad because of what happened to you. And I think this one shows it too from Annie Arts 12,
Right.
right? Yeah.
So this is obviously a character looking into a reflective surface and seeing the human that they used to be, or even the child human that they used to be, based on how the character's dressed.
Yeah. This is nice.
Mhm.
It has a more like a cartoony...
Is it nice?
Yeah, it is. No, it
It's
has
sad.
this... I mean, it's nice as the drawing is nice, but it
Yes.
is very sad, yes. It's something that's... I feel like you very rarely think when you are a vampire and when you're playing a vampire, you very rarely think about your childhood because it's just so
Yes,
painful.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is something that I rarely see. And, you know, in general, like we do... Most people I know of avoid the topic of childhood in like Vampire the Masquerade Chronicles for obvious reasons. But going back to your past as a child, I think is like super emotional, and who you were and who you are now. So yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
sad. What about Yuzuzi?
Yuzuzi, you were one of the famous. Now the only reminder of your past is a gray noise of VHS cassette. Do you remember those? Remember VHS?
Yeah, I do remember VHS. Okay, I'm not that young. Yeah,
You're very youthful.
it's the blood. But I wonder if you is about the person that is actually hugging the TV, or is that another person who they maybe killed?
It could be.
That's interesting. I want to know the backstory. I want to know. Share the backstory, usually. Oh, and this one, probably, yeah, I've seen this one. It's probably my favorite from all of this month.
This
so far.
was my favorite, but literally right before the stream, Olaf sent me another one. So this is now my
I saw the newer ones. He's making a little different approach to them.
Yeah.
But this is like so cool.
This is so good. So cool.
So Olaf is taking a different approach to this, and he's making all of them in 3D. And we haven't seen this happening often. And this is just super good. He very often applies like lighting sources to models, which do stuff like this, and it just looks super fun.
It's a little witch.
Yeah. I wonder what is the meaning of one window here being dark and the other one being lit up.
I don't know.
There's a hunter living there.
Obviously. Obviously, that's the orange always represents the hunter, right? So the
orange
hunter's
means
watching.
Hunter, yes. If you see orange anywhere,
We
just
cracked
run.
it, Olaf. We figured it out.
Yes. Vamptober Day 9. Will you be mine forever? Oh, wow. My Nonja. Wow. Holy damn.
So sometimes when I come across stuff, I have to make sure that it's not just a repost from someone else, or taken from because some people take art and then use it for like a descriptive thing or a story or whatever. But
Yeah.
I checked this person's how do you say that name? My
Nonjo, I think. I don't know.
We'll go with that. I checked their profile. Everything looks like this. They are absolutely agree. They're making amazing art like this consistently. A whole profile full. A lot of it vampire.
It's just out of this world. It's so good. It's so well done. I can't. I have no words. It's amazing.
This is okay. So this is the next ministry character that you need to do.
Yeah. No, I honestly, like, I will check the profile, and I might send the profile to our art director, because this is like so good. This could be in the book, because it's like gorgeous. All right. And we're going to go to the Tabletop Geek. Hey,
yeah. This is the Tabletop Geek and Brad Harwick. I think you'll very much like this, because they're using a particular song that you very much like that will not get us copyright struck.
Okay, let's check it out. I'm opening it.
I don't wanna see without you. I don't wanna feel, and I don't wanna be free of you. I don't wanna be, I don't wanna see without you. I don't wanna feel, and I don't wanna be free of you.
Whatever is happening in the relationship, it's not healthy, but I
No,
live
it's not.
for
No,
it.
that's
I
not
live
pretty
for
much.
it.
That's pretty much the point.
This is the song from Swan Song, by the way. It reminded me I still need to finish Swan Song on YouTube. God damn. Like, I'm like
Are you kidding? You haven't? Oh
Yeah,
my
like
god.
2 months later or something, I'm posting a video because I was moving 3 months later.
Yeah,
actually.
you were. Yeah. Oh yeah, now I remember that you were doing it. I wasn't watching because I was still playing it, I think, at the time.
Yeah, like, I felt the emotions when I heard this song. I was like, oh, I haven't heard this in such a long time. It's such a beautiful music, and then,
Yeah,
oh
it is.
no, I have to do the video. Yeah.
Leisha is Bay. Love Leisha.
Yeah, but it's such a beautiful theme. Like Swan Song's music soundtrack is just great. It's amazing. So many good songs and beautiful. This is are they a part of Exeter
Yes.
in this relationship?
Yes.
I see. So this is a part of the TikTok LARP called
Yes.
Exeter by Night, where everyone can participate. So if you want to join the fun, you can do it as well. They're doing a lot of really creative stuff there, so it's lovely. And now, from Craig Oxborough, who is relentlessly posting on the Handtober.
Yes, I had to include more than one of his because
Yes.
it's relentless.
No, honestly, everyone, because Craig is literally dominating the Handtober section on World Darkness Discord. If you have anything else for Handtober, if you want to beat Craig, just do it. You can post it. There is stuff
You can try.
Yeah, we have to go to other places and find Handtober stuff because unfortunately our Handtober on Discord is not as active as Vamptober is. And it's understandable because Vampire the Masquerade is definitely way more popular than Hunter is. But if you want to get some of the Hunter vibes, then you can head to Discord and throw some stuff at us to land here on the Spotlight. Also, I have a slight hopes, because that's what I'm planning, that after Vamptober is done, people are going to be like, oh, maybe now we'll go and do Huntober. Like that's what I plan to do myself. So do you want to read this one?
Yes. So do you the haunted house? Do you feel it? The feeling that you're not alone, the chill breeze that shouldn't blow this way. And then it's obviously a hand on the door. And you know what's great about Craig's? Craig has consistently done Vamptober as long as we've been doing it, and
Yeah.
they do it in such a simple way, but it's also not simple. It's also very well thought out, and I don't know. I love them. I think I featured them last year as well for Vamptober.
The combination of this like simple drawings with this text is something that is very evocative for me, and also this particular one speaks to me because my friends back in the days told me a story that once when he was alone at home, and he was very, very sleep deprived, so it was probably the cause of that, he was taking a shower. And you know how in a lot of like shower, like bathroom doors, at least in Poland, I'm not sure if that's like common elsewhere, you have the kind of like a blurred glass in the doors.
A frosted glass, yeah.
A frosted glass in the doors. And when he was taking a shower and he looked at these doors, he saw a hand pressed to the glass. And then he blinked and the hand wasn't there. So
creepy.
Yes, and that like story, it like remains in my head because it was really creepy. And this is literally that. It's literally like the story I've heard.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so Vamptober Day 10, Where Bloodsuckers Dance.
We have Elaine Gray here, and this character reminds me of you. I don't have a reason why, but he belonged on the stage. The practice was paying off, and the cult of devoted fans was growing and growing, fixed on his every move. And I saw it, and I said, Outstar could cosplay this character.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Outstar could play this character in a
I
chronicle.
can dance though. I mean, I'm not a very good dancer, but I can pretend that I can dance. Sure. No, this is it's my type of character, definitely.
Yeah.
So lovely. I would actually love to like see this in color because I assume this would be super colorful and have a lot of really fancy stuff in it. It's a beautiful, beautiful sketch. And oh, we do have a LARP realization of the Month of Darkness, Vamptober Fang.
Yeah, so this is from the Camarilla Italia. I probably said that wrong. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Friedrich Nietzsche.
Beautiful. Look at the. I cannot like just imagine how amazing Italian LARPs have to be. Like it's Italy, and they speak Italian. What?
I never even thought of that, but that's such a good point. They must be insane.
Right?
Like glamour.
Yes. And it's like the place, people speaking Italian, like even this thing, like I want to be surrounded by vampires who speak Italian. Like
Right, yeah. It would feel very, very Camarilla to have a bunch of vampires speaking Italian around you.
Yeah, and the fashion and the buildings and just the whole like atmosphere, the weather. I just want to be there. I just want to go there one day.
I'll do it.
Nice. and they all seem to be always so like high tier. Like like whenever I see these like pictures, the fashion is just like on point.
Yeah,
They
you should.
look
If you haven't already, you should go and check the Cambodia Italia Instagram because all the pictures look like this.
honestly, it looks like, I think the best word for it is looks expensive. It just looks super expensive. It looks like
Looks
everyone is
expensive,
just like,
darling.
yeah, it's like bougie. Like everyone looks like they are. I have a lot of very very bad words that I could describe that, but I'm not going to. It's amazing. It's like slaying, serving. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. These are
No,
the
it's very regal, and I would love
yes.
to attend. I wouldn't fit in though.
Yeah, I would be like, I'm a Nosferatu. I can play Nosferatu in this one,
Yeah,
and everyone
me
just be
too.
pretty. Be pretty. I won't be. And we can stop here. It's a werewolf country. I gotta check the
So,
screen out.
Starshard is actually
Oh,
one of only a handful of people doing Hunttober as well as Vamtober on the TikTok. It's very good.
ooh, let's check it out.
Come on, Gromit, we've got to hide the body. There's no cheese and crackers in prison, Gromit. Now come on. Who will they believe? A man or his dog? They don't. Gromit, wake up.
Oh, they believe a man or a dog. This is very fitting. I wouldn't even guess about like combining the sound with werewolf. But
Yep,
this
a
is
Wallace and Gromit sound with Werewolf the Apocalypse. That's
Yep.
someone write that down.
Yeah, this is super good. And we have Vamtober Day 11 Safe Haven.
Of course, the first one immediately grabbed my attention because of the giant purple bunny. And
Super cute.
it made me think that if I became a vampire, I don't know if I could give up my creature habits of like a soft bed and stuffed animals because I want them and I'll still need them as a vampire.
They will find my ashes next to IKEA's Blow High, the blue shark. That's where they will find my ashes. I'm not giving up my plushies. I love the little smiley face. I mean, you have to somehow ease your fucking pain of, eternal
Yeah,
life.
I mean, I'd have the twinkle lights.
Yeah,
I
100%. Just
why not?
live your best on life. Get
Mhm.
those twinkly lights, get those mascots. If you have endless money, why not get all the plushies you've ever wanted? Like, easy.
Yeah, and then I can dress like the goth princess that I want to be.
Exactly. That's the fun for on life. What about Sugar Dog?
Sugar dog, my safe haven, down in the Warren. Even the walls are watching you. This is so creepy. I love it.
Look at this contrast. Like, this
Mhm.
is such a good pick for both of these.
Mhm.
And going straight into Hunttober Day 11 Paranormal Activity.
Yep. So another one from Rodrigo. This is, I like this one. I'll tell you why. The legend of the taxi's miss doesn't seem to be that much of a legend. There are several reports of a taxi drivers in our records from well-spaced periods. They all mention picking up a girl of about 16 years old in front of the Soledad Cemetery, taking her to a certain place, and at the end of the run, she says to charge her father at a certain address. Most intriguing of all is that it is always the same address in all the reports. There's like a really old, like, what do you call it, urban legend where, it's a person who picks up a woman and brings her home. It was done by the person who wrote Sleepy Hollow, wrote this sort of urban legend. And it's like she was dead the whole time type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's what it reminded me of.
There is this reminds me of one antagonist in Hunter book. I wonder if it's. I remember there was this one young girl that
Oh,
was.
right. That's right.
I think it's. I don't know if this is the same, if it's based on the same antagonist, but I know that there is one that is similar in the Hunter book.
Yes,
Ghostly
that's probably
Hitchhiker.
inspired.
Yeah, someone is saying Ghostly Hitchhiker. And I don't know what her name was, but there was one in the book that was similar to this one. All right.
You're going to be quoted on that IKEA quote. You're going to be quoted on that, by the way. It's already happening.
I'm happy about that. And the Humanity Lost. Let's check it out. We have 7 minutes. I'm trying to speed up for them.
That's okay.
don't
I
like
have the
the
other.
way
I
my-
have the tab for Club Aspects open. So
It's okay.
Skin feels on my body. Do you like the way your skin feels on your body? You don't? Why don't you pull it off? Pull off your skin.
Oh, no. I just no. Don't look at me and don't do this.
were you waiting to see where that was going?
That's Also using this sound again with the dominates text, just perfect. And I hate that he's looking at me and he's saying that because now I'm afraid.
TikTokers are very resourceful. They'll use sounds for everything.
Yes. Oh, and look at the Licorice Sombra, the cosplayer with
Just
the
a dark
humanity loss.
dark mother Lilith in the chat. Humanity lost, and this made me tear up for reasons we're not going to say.
Mhm.
Are you sure you didn't lose any of your humanity when you sacrificed her for your ambitions? And we're not going to say why that would make anyone feel feelings.
We're not gonna say anything, but we are going to point out that this is a recreation of the Giovanni clan book cover, basically, from the old. I don't know which edition it was, but there was like an old.
It's revised, I'm pretty sure.
I think it's revised. I'm not sure if it's a clan book or a clan novel, but on the cover there was like it was my favorite cover from back in the days from White Wolf. Like I used to want to have this tattooed on myself because it was so beautiful, and it was the one on the skull. So
I think
so
it
gorgeous.
was on both the book and the novel because I have both.
Yeah, the woman. It looks so similar. Like the whole pose, everything is just the same. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So good. And now we have the weird finds.
Yep. This made me laugh so much
Okay.
and gave me ideas. A key ring, a lucky charm, but this one doesn't look like it would bring good luck.
I love antagonist hunters as items. I love
Yes,
it.
yes.
Love it,
I
love
had
it.
this idea now, finding a key ring of like something weird, like wrapped in a ribbon, and it being like something cursed or something that horrible. Just such a
Yes.
good idea. Thank you, Craig.
And
Definitely going to use it.
And if you read Hunter the Reckoning 5th edition, and if you haven't, you can check out the antagonist section, and there are vampires, werewolves, ghosts, changelings, mages, and there are items.
And more.
There are items. There is the Dark Antonyms book in there, which is basically an item. There's the bus, right? The ban as well, which is like the basically kind of like a doors to the Shadowlands in some way, which is super creepy. There's the I mean that's actually a rave, but there's the outhouse haunt. So basically, it is an outhouse that is haunted, and the outhouse appears in various places and captures people.
Hunter really allows you to come up with any type of antagonist that you want and really just let your table run with it and have a good time.
You wanna just make anything an antagonist? Easy. I have a Pringles can here on my desk. It can be antagonist if you want to. Look at him. He's looking at you. He's creepy, and he will kill you. You can really do that. All right. This was great. A huge board of wonderful things. Thank you so much, Hari. And I hope to see you next week with even more awesome stuff.
Oh yeah, I'll be here.
All right, and I will see you on Saturday. Of session 1 of Hunter Garage.
Looking forward to it.
All right. See you, Hari. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that was it for today's World of Darkness news. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you next week. As usual, go to worldofdarkness.com in the Month of Darkness section to check out everything that we are releasing during this month. October means we are showing something every single day, and I'm sure that you will find something that will interest you from that bunch of 31 things that we're showing. And yeah, I'll see you next week. In the meantime, do not get lost in the night, and goodbye.